Hello, this is Geometry 6.3, Mr. Waterman, and this is part B. We were working on using similar polygons. We had defined similar polygons. We had gone on and looked at an example, and now what we want to do is look at example 2, and we are going to learn about scale factor. So first of all, a scale factor is a ratio of corresponding side lengths. Okay, we used those on the last video. Flashing back, what we did is on part B, we checked the ratios of corresponding side lengths to make sure they're equal. So we already wrote a ratio of corresponding side lengths. We found that each of them equaled 5/7. So in this example, 5/7 is our scale factor. Okay? So let's go ahead and use it. It's asked for in example 2. So it says determine whether the polygons are similar. So in example 1 they told us they were straight away. Now we have to use the definition of similar polygons to decide whether these two quadrilaterals, RSTU and DEFG, are similar. So one thing we need to do first then, easiest thing to check, is make sure corresponding angles are congruent. So angle R should be congruent to angle D, and they're both marked with a single arc. So that looks good. Next we have to check angle S and angle E. And those are marked with two arcs. So those are congruent to each other. And so on. So we're going to go around and check T and F. Those each have 3 marks, and then angles U and G are also marked as congruent to each other. So it looks like all corresponding angles are congruent. So the next check is then to make sure that the sides, corresponding sides, are in proportion. Remember, that was the second part of how we know whether two figures are similar. So we've got 12/8, side RU and DG are corresponding sides. So I wrote 12/8. And that should be equal to 30/20. Okay? So what we want to really do is, like last time, write these proportions separately and then check and make sure they really are equal. Okay? So what we're going to end up doing is simplifying, or what some of you call reducing, and making sure, getting these down to their lowest terms. Okay? So 27/18 is another one, another pair of corresponding sides, and we also need to check 33/22. Okay? So I'm going to start with this last one I wrote, because I happen to notice that those have a common factor of 11 in them. So this is going to simplify down to 3/2, or 3/2. Okay? Or set as a ratio, that would be 3/2. Alright. This 30/20 looks like it's also going to simplify to 3/2. 12/8 over here also simplifies to 3/2 because if I divide 12 and 8 both by 4, they both have a common factor of 4. That simplifies to 3/2. And then 27/18, this is 27 is 3 times 9, 18 is 2 times 9. So this also simplifies to 3/2. So yes, they are in fact similar. So the similarity statement's going to look like this. We're going to go ahead and write the side lengths. So we're going to go R, S, T, U, leave a little room, D, E, F, G. And we are going to sneak in our similar symbol, which is this kind of sideways S, which I just goofed up. So let's try it again. Here we go. Alright? So that says RSTU is similar to DEFG. It also said to find the scale factor. Well, actually, we've already done that. We did it 4 times, in fact. The scale factor is going to be this reduced ratio of corresponding side lengths. So 3/2 is our scale factor. Okay, so I was going to do it over here where I have a 12/8 showing. So if that's all they asked for, You simply only have to calculate it on a pair of sides that you happen to know. Okay, and then one more example real fast. In the diagram, we have that triangle ABC is similar to GHG. This time they're telling us that these two triangles are in fact similar. Find the value of x. So what we're going to need to do, we're not dealing with angle measures on this. They really want us to find this side. So what we'll do is we'll write a ratio of two sides, two corresponding sides that we know the lengths of. So why don't we use 12 and 8? Those are corresponding sides. AB and GH correspond. So I'm going to write 12 over 8. I'm going to use the side from triangle ABC on top, triangle from GHJ on the bottom. And then I'm going to write a ratio using the side I'm looking for. So I'm going to say x over its corresponding side here is 16. Okay, so now I have a proportion that I just need to solve. We know several ways to solve these. We can take the, what we typically call cross multiplying, which is also the same as taking the product of the means, the 8 and the x, and the extremes, the 12 and the 16. So, and that work is shown here, and we are going to end up with x equaling 4. So, question 1, I want you to find the scale factor, alright, of ABC to GHJ. Okay? That's the end of this video. Good luck.